What's going on? Before I begin, I just want to put this out. I know some of y'all are going to be like, yo, man, you've been doing quite a few videos in Atlanta. You know, when you going to let off? It's a black city. You know what I'm saying? You know, black people are out down there doing positive things, productive things. You know, they're successful, this and that and so forth. And I'm going to tell you, yo, I'm never going to let off of Atlanta. You want to know why? Because y'all keep on moving down there. You know what I'm saying? Y'all keep on calling it the Black Mecca, the Black Hollywood. Y'all think that once you get down there that it's gonna be this way and that way because it's a black city. You know, being that it's a black city, that it's gonna cater towards black people. You know what I mean? And that you're gonna be able to live all your hopes and dreams. You know, when you go to sleep, you start thinking that you're a millionaire. You start believing, you know, that you gonna, you know, be this big actor, this big singer, this rapper, and all the rest of that stuff. Nah, that's not gonna happen. You understand? And for those that want to say, well, you know, you're bitter because you went down there in Atlanta and you failed, you ain't had no money, you was broke, this and that, so forth. Let me tell you something. For real, this is my word. I've lived on this planet for quite some time. And family members and friends will tell you, out of all my life, I've worked a conventional job, a 9-to-5, where I had to answer to someone, when I had a boss for probably the total of 2 years. So in other words, when I was living down there in Atlanta for close to 3 years, I never had a job. I had money. You understand? I worked. I worked for myself. You understand? I had a certain amount of money that I made. I had a lifestyle that I had and still continue to have. You understand? So I'm not bitter because I went down there and failed. I'm upset because I went down there under the notion that I was moving to a black city. And it was way different. It was going to be way different from the cities that I've lived in the past, such as Charlotte, Raleigh, Durham, Greensboro, Long Island, Glen Cove, Long Island, Brooklyn, New York, Jamaica, Queens. I just knew that Atlanta was going to be that place where I was going to be able to prosper because I was going to be amongst my people. And I was sadly mistaken when I got down there. You understand? So I'm not bitter. I'm really upset. I'm disappointed. You know, in a city that has so much potential to be great. Don't get it twisted. It could be a so-called Wakanda. You understand? It can be a so-called Black Mecca. It could be something, a city where black people can actually thrive. I mean, not just your high, astute, class of people. No, we talking about all classes. High class, middle class, and low. You understand? But that's not what I got when I got down there. Got a lot of pain, suffering. I saw it on the faces of these same black people that we all talk about, you know, that all these black people that are in Atlanta and they're doing great, and it's just a small amount of people that's doing great. And those small amount of people are those bougie, those black bourgeois, you know what I'm saying, boule, black people that are willing to step on any and everyone's toes. That's real talk. See, here on this channel, I'm gonna be real. So it's those same boule bourgeois, you know what I'm saying? Boule means advisor to the king. Those same boule bourgeois uppity Negroes that learn from the slave master how to suppress their own kind. That's who's getting it down there. And that's the reality. That's the truth. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's clicked up. You have, if you're not part of a sorority or a fraternity, it's a wrap. It's a wrap. If you're not a Mason, it's a wrap. Now tell me, all you Atlanteans or people that live in Atlanta or in a metro Atlanta, tell me if I'm wrong. Tell me if I'm wrong. So on today's video, we're going to build on relationships. I'm talking about women and men. And let me tell you something. If you plan on moving to Atlanta with your girl or with your man, it's going to be a big, big, big mistake. Because Atlanta is a city that's made for single people. And I'm not trying to be funny. I'm just being real. It's tailored as of now. Well, I'm not going to say as of now because people seem to they seem to forget, or they don't realize that Atlanta it's been freaky like that. This is nothing new. This is not transplants moving in and changing things around and in that aspect. Atlanta has a past of being a freaky, perverted city. This is nothing new. People talk about how Atlanta is the modernized Sodom and Gomorrah. It always has been. This is nothing new. You know, we could talk about Freaknik. Want to? You really want to? How they had to stop that from happening? You want to know why? Because women were twerking on top of cars in downtown Atlanta, pussies out and all of that. Straight up. If you want perversion, if you want if you're a freak, take your ass down there. And the only way that you can make it down there if you're in a relationship, if you're a swinger. And if you don't know what a swinger is, that means, you go to, you hand over your girl, or you hand over your dude. And that person that's in a relationship, they hand over their girl and that dude to you. And this is something that, this is not like some deep, dark secret. When you get down there, you'll feel that vibe. You'll feel that vibe. We all know that live there, that used to live there, and people that still continue to live there. We all know about the sex orgy parties. We all know about that. Now, true indeed, it's not like, oh, you could just walk into a mansion and da-da-da-da-da. You have to be invited. And being invited, you got to be in an in crowd. They got to know this is how you are. Other than that, they got they got orgy parties going on in Atlanta. Multiple of ones. Matter of fact, to be real with you, I'm not even making this up. I got a flyer of a sex orgy party. Straight up. So you thinking, oh yeah, I'm gonna go down there with my girl. Nah, you sadly mistaken. Because your girl or your guy might get turned out. Straight up. And speaking of getting turned out, let's not talk about the guys that's on the DL. You know what I'm saying? They like Clark Kent. They go into the phone booth. They heterosexual, in the morning, and then they go into the phone booth and change. Like how Superman is, and they go into the phone booth at night and change and come out homosexual. Straight up. And that's real talk. So you going down there, you thinking your man is heterosexual. He's saying he going out with the boys and doing this and doing that. Next thing you know, you find out he's on the DL, the down low. And the gay men down there don't have no problem with exposing heterosexual men. Matter of fact, they get a kick out of it. Straight up, I've seen several videos where these gay men, talk about how, they turned your man out. But you can't blame it. How could you blame them, women? How could you blame them? Because you accepted them in your circle. And it's crazy because women, the ratio down there is 18-1. Excuse me, 18-1. That means it's every one man is 18 women. So you complaining about how there's no good man, and men are either in jail, dead, strung out, deadbeat dads, etc. But you befriending a gay guy that's your competition. He's chasing after the same man that you're chasing after. And that's real talk. That's real talk. All these women got BBLs, fake eyelashes. I'm talking about across the board. This is normal. Fake eyelashes, fake asses, fake tits, pounds of makeup. I'm not making this up. Straight up. Go figure. I'm not making this, no pun intended. I'm not making this up. Straight up. Pounds of makeup. And you see them every day. Yellow, red, pink hair. You ever seen that movie with Halle Berry when she first came out called Baps? That's exactly how these women look. In the very beginning of the movie. Not when, they cleaned her up and all of that stuff and she started looking, I guess, sophisticated. I never knew Atlanta was like this, man. Never. Never, ever. And I've been to Atlanta, you know what I'm saying? But to go down there and see the type of fuckery that I saw, it was just amazing to me. And I'm talking about fancy restaurants these broads be at. Straight up. And everybody's looking for a come up. Especially the women. You got women down there, got fake this, fake that. But at the same time, they got fake this, fake that, cost thousands upon thousands of dollars to get, these surgeries to enhance their looks. You thinking, she spent this, she spent that. Nah, she probably got it off of some drug dealer or some dude that hooked her up with it. And if she didn't get it from that, people don't even realize Medicaid covers that. Straight up. Medicaid covers some of the plastic surgery. This is the reason why you see a whole lot of black women, just being real, black women getting plastic surgery these days. Because Medicaid covers it. I've done the research. That's a fact. If you don't believe me, check it out. I'm saying Medicaid may not cover everything, but they cover some of the plastic surgery, as well as if you're getting your, just being real, your penis removed, you're transitioning in, if you're a woman transitioning into a man, or if you're a man transitioning into a woman. If you don't believe me, check it out. Because some of y'all think that I'm lying about this stuff. But they broke, you know what I'm saying? They IG models, you know what I'm saying? They trying to make it. They telling you, oh yeah, I model and I've been in this show, this movie and that movie and blah, 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 blah. Nah, get the hell out of here. You an extra. That's what you are. Straight up. When I was down there, I had a female put me on to all of the movie productions or whatever have you on Facebook, where you can, sign up to be an extra. But you have to fit the description. You know what I'm saying? If they're looking for, like, say for example, they look for a tall black man with a bald head, medium built, hey, you get the job. But they're basically minimum wage, like $12, $15 an hour, and they treat you like shit on the set. But let a man that's from Atlanta, that's living in Atlanta, or a woman that's an aspiring model or rapper or artist or whatever overall, or a woman, let them tell you, oh, they've been in big movies, these commercials, that, nah, you was an extra. That's all you were. That's all you were. You got paid just like anybody else would get paid on a regular job. And you gotta bust your ass to work yourself up. So to getting like a part, like not a main part in a movie, just a regular part. Like opening the door for someone in a movie and them saying thanks and you're saying you're welcome, sir. You gotta bust your ass to get to that point. People don't even realize it. These women are out there broke as shit, wanna be models and IG models and all the rest of that shit. Broke as shit, sleeping on futons, air beds, on the floor. I've seen it, heard it. I've heard it and seen it all. These same women can't afford to feed themselves. So they gotta go out on dates just to get fed. That's a hustle down there. You take your ass down there wanting to get in a relationship. You take your ass down there with your female, your significant other, your husband, your fiance. And I can guarantee you that at the end of the day, you won't have him or her. Because Atlanta will swallow you up whole. And I've been a victim to it to a certain extent. You know what I'm saying? And what I mean by that is the mentality. The mentality. When you get down there, man, this is my story. And it wasn't none of that homosexual stuff, none of that chasing after women. It was chasing after the quote unquote bag. I had to get the money. And I lost interest in my own family because I was so focused on the money. Now, some people may say, well, man, shit, you could go anywhere, like, you know, in, let's say, New York, Houston, you know, Dallas, New York City, you know, Miami, and it's about the money. Everybody's chasing after the bag. Yes, true indeed, but when you go down to Atlanta, you thinking it's a black city, you thinking that it's kind of balanced out. Being that it's a black supposedly southern wholesome city. You're thinking it's balanced out. It's more so like family and black culture and black love. No, it's about getting that money because that's the only thing that black people appreciate down there. Straight up. The only people that they appreciate down there are the people that got bread. And part of the reason why they appreciate those people that got bread is so that they could be able to utilize them or use them. That's real talk. And I almost lost my family chasing after that bag. I had to gather myself. And I had to get the hell out of that hellhole. And once I moved back to Charlotte, everything became clear. And that's real talk. As soon as I got back, everything changed and started getting better for me. My vibe changed and all of that. I almost lost the mother of my children at Northside Hospital. Yeah, I know Atlanta pretty well. You know what I'm saying? She had to go to Grady to, I'm not gonna, you know, go into detail or whatever, but she had to be treated at Grady Hospital. Yeah, shout out to all you Grady babies. Yes, I know Atlanta pretty well. Quite well. But yeah, man, you know, at the end of the day, you want to go down there and get, let's just say you single and you want to go down there and get into a relationship. Oh, please. Atlanta's a young city, man. There's a whole lot of young people down there that's young and I'm just, as the saying goes, young and full of cum. Everybody's fucking down there and the AIDS epidemic is ridiculous. Y'all just don't understand, man. Y'all just don't understand. Because when you're living in other cities and other states, you don't get to look at the local news in Atlanta. You know, they had like trailers. I don't know if they still have these trailers anymore, but they had like extended trailers like outside of Grady Hospital treating AIDS patients and getting AIDS tests because that's how big it is down there. The CDC is right down the street in Brookhaven, if I'm not mistaken. Correct me if I'm wrong for all you Atlanteans or people that live in Metro Atlanta. I know Atlanta quite well. I looked at the news every day. Every day. They had extra trailers like you know, the virus. The other virus that we just, because I don't want to name it. I don't want YouTube to ding me and everything. So you know that other virus that we just got over. That epidemic. Pandemic. But yeah. It's an epidemic down there. And everybody acts as though that what I'm dead serious. Like, AIDS? What AIDS? Where's that at? And it's affecting the LGBTQ community down there. Specifically, the African Americans. But it's crazy down there, man. Strip clubs at the strip club, at the strip club, at the strip club, hookah lounger. Yo, you know how many clubs I went to? Straight up. They got this area in Brookhaven where it's kind of like, it's a shopping center, but it's like 4 or 5, I forgot the name of the street and the area, but it's like 4 or 5 clubs in one, it's like one shopping area. And you just go from one club to the next, to the next, to the next. And that's what I was doing. That's what I did. But those clubs are nothing but hookah lounges. That's all it is. You rent out your little booth. You know what I'm saying? You get one of these girls, what they call them, you know, the girls that bring the liquor, whatever, with the sparkling things and all of that stupid decorative shit. You know what I'm saying? You pay a boatload of money to rent out a booth and for some chicks to bring on, you know, that's half-ass naked, to bring over some liquor to you that you could have just went. Yo, seriously, the bars be like several feet away from the goddamn booth. It should be amazing to me, and that's the only. And then everybody's like clicked up. So you got one booth where it's all women, another booth where it's all men, and you can't go over to the booth where it's all women, cause then they're gonna be like, you lame ass, lame da 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 da. So what you gotta do is you gotta buy whatever they drinking, and then you get over there to talk to them. But most of the time, them bros, yo, I'm giving it to you raw. Most of them times, them bras are like half-ass lesbians. They dancing and twerking on each other and all that shit. They having more of a good time with themselves than with the opposite sex. They ain't even, yo, this is my word. I've been to several clubs and I've never seen women like really look at men like that. They having a good time with themselves. Twerking on each other, smacking each other asses. It's a sight to see. That's the culture down there. You trying to like, you know, you may be like, you know, like me, you know, you might be like, you know, a regular dude. You know, when you go to a club, you walk up, you know, what's up, man, da 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 da. You ain't getting none of that. Motherfucker, chicks gonna be like, you lame ass nigga. You know what I'm saying? You gonna have to buy your way into the number, the phone number first. Then after you get the phone number, then you gonna have to buy your way into the pussy. Y'all can talk about how big my nose is. Y'all can talk about this ragged. Oh, y'all, why you got this coat on and you got this and that and blah. Why you, nah. Y'all can talk all that shit you want. But you can't tell me that I'm lying about Atlanta. You can't front. I'm trying to figure out what else I fucking left out. CDC is down there for a reason. Straight up. Man, it's just crazy down there, man. It's crazy down there. And I'm glad I got the fuck out of there. I'm glad I got the fuck out of there. And I moved down there with my family. I managed to keep everything intact. But I almost lost them because I got so caught up and money. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna end it like this. You know, I said it in another video. You know, in Atlanta, Metro Atlanta is racism like a motherfucker. You know, Forsyth County, Alpharetta, Sandy Springs, Marietta, please, you name it. You know what I'm saying? Most black people live in South Fulton County. You know what I'm saying? The lower part of Decatur. You know, the racism and, you know, the bourgeois, you know, they stay up in North Fulton County. You know, I stayed off of Roswell Street in Sandy Springs. You know what I'm saying? When you go up further in Roswell, you know, that's a nice area, man. The areas are beautiful, you know what I'm saying? But the people are not. Straight up. But when you're in Atlanta, there ain't no such thing as no racism. I'm gonna be real with you. It's just a whole bunch of black people. You know what I'm saying? The thing that's down there in Atlanta, you know what I'm saying? The city limits of Atlanta is, they have their form of racism. It's called classism and colorism. Real talk. I'm going to say it again. Classism and colorism. That's real talk. That's what Atlanta's racism is. Excuse me, you understand? And the local government is corrupt like a motherfucker. I mean, I could go on with this. I think I said enough, though. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully I helped you all out. You know, you still decide that you want to go down to Atlanta and you want to see it for yourself. Hey, you can't say I didn't warn you. Other than that, my name is Langston2092. I want you to like, comment, subscribe. Definitely share this video.